Assalamu alaikum everyone from another episode of Embracing Ramadan. Recently we shared a video of Azan from Cape Town. The Azan was giving us the messages of staying at home, and the video was displaying different images such as the empty streets, the parks without kids, the masjids without any jama'ah, which is kind of sad and heartbreaking, but we also saw something else on the video. We heard the sound of the waves in the ocean. We saw the wind that was giving life to the leaves of the trees. We saw that the sky is still bright, so the life is still going on. The life in which Muhammad Rasulullah told us to work for dunya as if we're never going to die. The life in which Muhammad told us to work for akhirah as if we were going to die tomorrow is indeed still going on. So I know that because of COVID-19 and the lockdown we cannot go to the masjids, but who said we cannot turn our own houses into masjids? Let's please try to benefit from Ramadan as much as we can. Let's get started.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هنالك دعا زكريا ربه قال رب هب لي من لدنك ذرية قال رب هب لي من لدنك ذرية طيبة إنك سميع الدعاء فنادته الملائكة وهو قائم يصلي في المحراب أن الله يبشرك بيحيى مصدقا بكلمة من الله وسيدا وحصورا ونبيا من الصالحين صدق الله
يا جميل يا الله يا قريب يا الله يا مجيب يا الله يا حبيب يا الله يا رؤوف يا الله يا عطوف يا الله يا معروف يا الله يا لطيف يا الله يا عظيم يا الله يا حنان يا الله يا منان يا الله يا ديان يا الله يا سبحان يا الله يا أمان يا الله يا برهان يا الله يا سلطان يا الله يا مستعان يا الله يا محسن يا الله يا متعالي يا الله يا رحمن يا الله يا رحيم يا الله يا كريم يا الله يا مجيد يا الله يا فرد يا الله يا وتر يا الله يا أحد يا الله يا صمد يا الله يا محمود يا الله يا صادق الوعد يا الله يا علي يا الله يا غني يا الله يا شافي يا الله يا كافي يا الله يا معافي يا الله يا باقي يا الله يا هادي يا الله يا قادر يا الله يا ساتر يا الله يا قهار يا الله يا جبار يا الله يا غفار يا الله يا فتاح يا الله.
Kids, welcome to the Arts and Craft Corner. Today's activity is going to be based on the name Ar-Razzaq, which means the provider, the supplier, the one who creates all means of nourishment and sustenance, the one who is the giver of all things beneficial, both physical and spiritual, the one who provides everything that is needed. Let's see what is today's activity.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Zahra and I'd like to welcome all of you to the Kids Corner of Ramadan TV. Today we will learn the name Ar-Razzaq. Ar-Razzaq means the provider, which means that Allah gives us all the yummy food to make us grow. Today's craft is these yummy looking 3D fruit. To see how we did it, keep watching!
Assalamualaikum. Welcome everyone to Embracing Ramadan's Speaker Corner. Taha Ghayyur joins us today. He's a writer, public speaker, and khatib. He is currently Vice President of Sound Vision Foundation and former Executive Director of Husna, Canada. We will talk about the Muslim youth in Western society, inshallah. We will host the program together with Sister Emine Betul. Welcome, Emine Betul.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Emine, and I am the host for this meeting for Embracing Ramadan. So, as you were part of a national youth survey done years ago, focused on young Muslim religious perceptions, community participation, volunteerism, and relationship with peers, family, and God, could you please share some of your findings on Muslim youth in Western world?
Yeah, that's a good question. There were actually quite a few interesting things that came out, and this survey, of course, is almost now, I think, 7 or 8 years old. But some of the things that we came across through the survey that was done by DawahNet were number one was we saw a major, which was not a surprise, but a major disconnect between youth and the masjids. And youth and the mosque, basically. We saw also, interestingly, despite that, Jummah service or Jummah, khutbah was still, in many cases, especially among the older youth, was still a critical piece as a source of knowledge and understanding of Islam. Despite that, but we also heard from many youth that they felt that khutbahs and Jummah sermons at times, most of the time, were actually not very relevant to their lives. So this is one of the things that we studied, and we heard quite a few interesting observations when it comes to relationship between youth and our religious institutions. We also learned that family was still the primary source of Islamic education for young people. And again, that shows the importance of family unit and how critical it is for the upbringing of our youth, and how much they still look up to their parents despite the frictions among generations. It is still critical for parents to be involved in our young Muslims' education and tarbiyah and upbringing. We also saw that young Muslims are very engaged in the community. And this not just this survey, but there have been other surveys that actually showed as well that young Muslims are very civically engaged. They are volunteering. They are quite significantly involved in their own ways, and through the organizations that they feel, or the causes they feel more connected to. It may not be the same as our parents' generation or my generation, but younger people will have their own priorities that they would actually, that they consider critical. We also saw that there are a couple of things that came out really quite big in those surveys, and even some of the thinking retreats we did for youth around that time. One was the critical need to have good mentors in the lives of young Muslims. And that's one thing that they felt they were actually missing all their lives. In fact, I'm sure many of us who went to high school, university here as Muslims growing up in Canada, including myself and many others, felt the same. There were hardly any mentors out there that we could look up to. And second thing that also came out that was quite interesting that we saw was the need for, or the lack of, meaningful, safe, halal entertainment, which was also missing. And still, there are a lot of gaps, even though there have been efforts like Muslim Fest and many other things in the community, but there's still a lot that needs to be done in this area.
What kind of today's Muslim youth would be beneficial and successful leaders in the future for the society we are living in?
I would say almost $1 million question. What makes us, what makes us beneficial to society? What makes us critical to our community? And I would say there are a few things that I have and we have tried to focus on in the past as a community or as an organization as well. One is that we want to make sure that we raise young people who are confident in their faith, confident in their values, confident in what they're doing. And that requires a level of resilience level of willpower that we have to develop among young people and among our children and youth. And that by itself is a big task, and it's not something that you develop overnight, but it is a part of a process for all the stakeholders in the Muslim community. So that's number one. Raising confident, youth who are resilient, who have strong willpower, and who are not who do not just give up just because of certain failures, or who are people who are proactively looking to make a difference in their lives as well as lives of others. That's number one. Number two is caring youth. Care and empathy is absolutely critical. Sadly, especially in this day and age of social media, empathy and care is really eroding in our communities. We're seeing this erosion because people are just so consumed by all sorts of junk out there, all sorts of distractions out there, and a lot of compassion and care for others is basically being eroded because of the virtual world. Now, of course, there are a lot of good out there as well. There are amazing stories of how we can actually mobilize people and actually have a positive impact. And that's all of that is happening on social media now, of course. So I'm not suggesting that all of that is bad or evil. All I'm saying is all about how we live our lives virtually and, of course, physically. So number two is caring, and number three, I would say, is contribution. This idea that we are not just a bunch of consumers. We're not just a bunch of people who are here to just live our lives, without any concern for society, and we're just here to basically take and take and take without giving back. So we want to have kids or youth who are confident, who are caring, and who are contributing, meaning they're producing something. They are producers, not just simply a bunch of consumers. They are investing in skills, and they're learning new skills. They are giving their time, they're investing their time and energies in areas that matter, that benefit themselves, benefit their families, and of course, their societies and their communities. So if we can work on these 3 C's, I hope, inshallah, we'll have a much better, productive youth and community of young people who will have a positive impact in our communities, inshallah.
Brother Taha Ghayyur, thank you again for joining and sharing your thoughts with us during this difficult time. Thank you very much, Emine Betül.
Thank you, Taha Ghayyur.
Brother Taha Ghayyur, who was president of Sound Vision Foundation, join us today. Stay tuned and be safe. Happy Ramadan.
Assalamu alaikum. So today some tips about iftar. Iftar is something that often gets laden with a lot of junk food, unfortunately, because as the day goes by and our ability to decide is affected by hunger, perhaps by tiredness, maybe dehydration, etc., the tendency is to pile on food quickly. And today my advice is, I just want to give you 3 tips. First of all, junk food, deep fried food, food that has been prepared to rapidly provide energy, in general is not a good replacement for wholesome food that takes time to digest, that releases its energy slowly, and that is nutritious. So the first thing to do, and I'm sure most of us already know, that we use dates to break our fast, and if dates are not available, we use water. So that's the first thing. Why dates? The Prophet ﷺ has praised dates. He used dates for his own iftar. Dates, as you already know, are very good complex and composite food, which has carbohydrates, proteins, and it has definitely some element of fats also. It is got fiber, so it's actually a composite food, which means it really does encompass all 3 forms of food. It has some water also. Water amount is not big. So breaking fast with dates and then a small amount of water is highly recommended. That basically starts off the body's preparation for receiving more food. Then the next thing to remember in this iftar is to provide complex carbohydrates. So which means if we're going to use bread, let's use brown bread, let's use 7-grain bread, let's not use white bread, let's not use cheese and other material that quickly releases its energy but doesn't really allow the body to prepare itself for digestion over a period of time. So carbohydrate dense foods are highly recommended. And similarly, when we use things like pastas, for example, they're also okay. Pastas actually allows easy prep, they have fiber content, they have filling capacity, and they will therefore allow a person to feel satiated, satisfied, because that's really what a lot of people are missing at the end of the day. The third thing is to avoid binging, because binging is really very easy. A lot of food is available, it's hot, it usually smells very good. We've had, like I say, a long day, so we're very tempted to eat quickly, and we're tempted to binge therefore. So binging, again, the harm of binging is, first of all, it can make us very uncomfortable. It can also release a lot of very rapid release of enzymes from the stomach, which can again cause some heartburn, which can again cause some uncomfortable feeling, particularly as we stand up to do our Taraweeh, late night prayer. So inshallah, I hope today that we've had some useful tips to start our iftar. Dates and water, complex carbohydrates, breads, etc. Avoid binging. Inshallah, these tips are helpful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا شر ما قضيت فإنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك وإنه لا يذل من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت ولك الحمد على ما قضيت تباركت اللهم ربنا وتعاليت لا إله إلا الله الحليم الكريم سبحان الله رب العرش العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين نسألك موجبات رحمتك وعزائم مغفرتك والعصمة من كل ذنب والغنيمة من كل بر والسلامة من كل إثم لا تدع لنا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا حاجة هي لك رضا إلا قضيتها يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم كاشف الغم مفرج الهم مجيب دعوة المضطرين إذا دعوك رحمن الدنيا والآخرة ورحيمهما فارحمنا في حاجتنا هذه بقضائها ونجاحها رحمة تغنينا بها عن رحمة من سواك اللهم إنا نسألك ونتوجه إليك بنبيك محمد نبي الرحمة يا محمد إنا نتوجه بك إلى ربنا في حاجتنا هذه لتقضى لنا اللهم فشفعه فينا اللهم رب الناس مذهب البأس اشف أنت الشافي لا شافي إلا أنت شفاء لا يغادر سقما اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من البرص والجنون والجذام ومن سيء الأسقام بسم الله الكبير أعوذ بالله العظيم من شر كل عرق نار ومن شر حر النار.
Some of you are watching us while sitting in front of your screen, some of you are watching us while breaking your fast, and some of you are watching us while making masks for the healthcare workers. No matter how you're watching us, the niyyah of everyone is the same, to do some activities to heal our hearts during the month of Ramadan. اللهم نور قلوبنا بزينة الإيمان والقرآن بحرمة شهر رمضان. O God, enlighten our hearts with faith and Quran for the sake of Ramadan. Ameen. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you tomorrow.